Welcome, everybody. Merrill Chandler back after we had some holidays come up, some jet setting around the country to my board of advisors. So welcome back to our news update. I'm here to make sure that we stay connected with each other. And especially, I want us to make sure that we stay in touch with what's happening in the world today. So a couple of things. First and foremost, I every year I say this, and I'm trying to protect everybody. The biggest announcement is there is going to be a huge push to get you to engage junk cards all season long. But now it's moving into online purchases, and I was just made aware of another one called kickoff accounts, and Fingerhut, of all places, Fingerhut is extending credit lines to buy their own things, their own merchandise, and say that we're going to report to the three credit bureaus. Well, Fingerhut doesn't report to all three bureaus. It's a tier 4. It's the worst of the tier 4 40% junk cards, and there are more people coming into this place. So they're saying, come here, do your Christmas shopping, and we'll even give you credit. So I am begging you, in every instance, everywhere, do not engage low-value credit accounts in response to the attempt to save money. This savings of 10%, like I say in the boot camp, if you're going to spend $6,000 at Kohl's or Target or something, Macy's, then maybe apply for a card and then delete it immediately. But it's not worth it for $40, much less $10 or even $60 savings, right? So please, everybody, remember, and let's go through it. There are 3 ways you lose points. Number one, because it is a low value credit card, the inquiry cost to your score is going to be in the 10 to 15 points instead of the 2 to 3 points that if you were doing a high value national bank card, tier 1 or tier 2 account. So greater point loss because it's low value. It's a low value inquiry. Secondly, if you do get accepted, you now just got another low value card, and we don't want fresh low value cards. If you're not one of my clients, where we've scheduled the removal of that account because of your optimization plan, some of you are just kind of tolerating having low value cards on your profile because we don't know the best time to close it yet because you're not in the software. So please don't add a brand new account that has 0 months. And finally, if you are accepted, you are going to crush your average age one more time, and it's going to lower the value of your credit card revolving account portfolio, not just having a 0-month card that's a low value card. So please, that's our number one update, and you're going to hear it every week through this entire season. Please don't do it. All right. Please don't do it. Next, the other thing that we want to do is during this season, tons of marketing is happening. And one of the things that are being marketed, for those of you who remain score sensitive, I need you to be on the lookout for the following words or headlines. Raise your credit score. Hey, get a higher credit score. Anything that relates to raising your credit score, you need to run as fast as you can. As we talk in the boot camp, the whole notion of fundability is your score is only relevant after you're approved. It's not used as part of an approval. So let's go through quickly. What are the 3 ways? What are the 3 main categories that people say are going to send advertising to you? Number one, they're going to say, hey, get some trade lines and raise your score. Well, a trade line, whenever they say trade line, they're trying to be cool. They're trying to give you, like, they know what they're talking about. All a trade line is an authorized user that some rando in Indiana has given them permission to sell you their access to their credit card account. You never get a credit card, but it ends up on your credit profile. And that rando, hopefully it stays positive, but that rando, you're actually accessing a stranger's account. FICO Falcon fraud software is going to be looking for people who don't share the same name, aren't part of the same family, aren't in the same neighborhood, right? The indicators of what family and close friends would be. So this can be disruptive, and FICO 10 is, even though a lot of lenders aren't using it yet, completely disavows authorized users, even in the score calculation. So you guys, if they mention trade lines or authorized users, you're going to, anytime, and I cannot yell this enough, anytime mention score, run. Because the other people who mention score is credit repair. Let's delete some negative accounts so you can raise your credit score. If they're preaching score, you guys, they have no freaking clue what they're talking about, because score doesn't matter. Not until after you're approved. That means you have to have a fundable profile. And those of us who are in the know, those of us who are regular viewers and part of our tribe, you know that fundability is about the FICO and lender software measuring 40 borrower behaviors. If your borrower behaviors aren't worth lending to, they don't give a crap what your score is. So, but notice anybody who says raise your score automatically does not know how this system works, and you should stay away from them. I will say that again. Anybody who uses the term or anything like it, raise your score, does not know how this game is played, and you should be wary and avoid them at all costs. Woo! All right. Sky, I'm going to get off my soapbox on that one. And then let's go. And then finally, we'll wrap up with what's happening in the banking space. Right now, Amazon is doing a joint venture with Venmo in order to disrupt the entire payment space. Visa, MasterCard, the payment processors, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express have all dominated for 40 years, have dominated the payment space. Well, now Amazon is saying, I want to pay less fees than the 2%, the 3% that Visa, MasterCard, et cetera, are all charging. So we want to process our own payments, not use a third-party processor, not allow people to use their credit cards, or they want to make it difficult to find those credit cards on the payment page of Amazon. And once they want to make sure that you transact with Venmo. And so that is, this is going to be, I've heard it from 3 different sources, that this year, this season, year-end season, may be the highest retail volumes in history. And most of it is in the digital space. We had record numbers yesterday on Cyber Monday. Record numbers, and all of the Black Friday has been most of the push. Remember how it was like go to the store and people were trampling over each other and doing all this stuff there, and then they went to but you had to be there in person. How many of you noticed that even the Black Friday deals were all digital? They were all on your internet. They're coming through in your emails. So Cyber Monday is not really Cyber Monday anymore. It's just Black Cyber Week, right? And some of it was even up to 2 weeks ago. All of this is coming through electronically, or we're being pushed, and all of that volume is electronic sales, and those electronic sales and remember, Venmo is owned by PayPal. So now PayPal is a payment platform, and Venmo is a different kind of version of that payment platform. They're going head to head with Visa and MasterCard. Now, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express as processors, and they're just beating the crap out of those rates. Now, yes, Juliana, Black Cyber Week. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. So, what we need to be aware of as we go through this process is that once we and how many of you have also seen in your I went into one place on a I think it was a luggage platform because I was buying a new garment bag, and they had, you can buy this right now in its entirety. You can Visa, MasterCard, whatever, or you can do interest-free 4 payments of $70 or whatever it was. There we are. Luggage. The platforms literally, guys, went up overnight. They went up overnight everywhere. A random ass luggage, London Fog sales platform now has buy now, pay later. So be careful. Please, I'm asking us to exercise, be judicious in your purchases. Give your loved ones the things that matter most: your time, your energy, your attention. And let's be very careful about all of this consumer debt. All right, and thanks for we got Louis Lopez and Juliana. Thank you guys for Shopify and Affirm everywhere. Affirm is everywhere. That's another one of these buy now, pay later. So you guys, it is a welcome back. I'm happy to be back. And for those of us who are going to do a deep dive, let's head to our Funding Hackers our Funding Hackers forum, our Funding Hackers Q&A with me, and let's take apart what's going on out there and how we can protect ourselves and our loved ones. It's a pleasure to be with you again, and so Sky, let's call it a wrap, and I'll see you guys on the inside.